Welcome back to video number 3 as we continue to set up the quiz in Moodle 2.8 at Humboldt State University. In our last few editions, we have both imported and exported questions and then built the basic shell or template, if you will, for the actual quiz. So in this one, let's continue with the process. Let's go to the quiz we built in our last episode, and right on where it says the name of the quiz, give it a click, and that'll take us into our editing options. Notice the first thing is all of that information we set up is going to be displayed here. Also, under where it says the name of the quiz, the information you put in for the students is going to be displayed, and this is an excellent time to check for accuracy. If you find anything needs to be changed, or you simply wish to update, go to the left-hand administration column, choose Edit Settings, and when we give that a click, it takes us back to the previous menu and allows you to make changes. I'm going to say cancel because I'm happy with what we've done. Right in the middle of the page, highlighted, says no questions have been added yet. So you can edit the quiz by using the button directly under that statement. It says Edit Quiz. Give it a click. First thing I notice is this highlighted message, shuffle questions have been set, so some actions are not available, etc. That's because directly under where it says that, it says questions 0. There's nothing to shuffle. As we add questions, things are going to make a little more sense. The big change for Moodle 2.8, in the last version, you'd have your questions and your question bank side by side. In this version, let's come all the way over to the right-hand side of the page, and there we see Add. And when we select Add, we use the drop-down, and we choose From a Question Bank. These are the categories that we set up, and again, this is why they are so important. I'm going to select a category, and because we've been working around, I just want one with a lot of questions in it, so I'll click on that one. And when I do, I'm going to see the questions that are available. Notice different questions have different icons. Some people prefer to separate them by multiple choice, true and false, other by category. It's entirely up to you. If you wish to select every question, go to the very top and select all. If, on the other hand, you wish to just use one, the top one, for example, you can put a check next to that. At the bottom left area, it says Add Selections to the Quiz. We give it a click, and now we have questions on the quiz. Now, let's look at the points because this is very important. Again, we're on the right-hand side of the page. You should remember how many points this quiz is worth. Let's say 100. Well, this question by default is worth 1 point, and the maximum grade of the quiz is a default of 10. So please make sure these all add up. If you have 10 questions and you want each of them worth 10 points, I'm going to go in the actual question, selecting the little pencil. I'm going to make it worth 10 points and press enter. And then I'm going to come to the maximum grade and make that 100 points by typing in the box and selecting save. A lot of people have difficulty in that they'll not notice that it's a 1-point question. They'll put 100 points for the quiz total. People get 10 out of 10 and end up getting an F. Really makes things difficult for everybody. So this is a very important step. The good news is you may adjust these values as you continue to work within your quiz. For example, if you decided to give more questions, you can change the point value and the total value. Now the question also comes up, how do we randomize questions? That means we'll have a bank of 100 and we're going to use 25 of them. The first question is, how many do you need? I generally go, if you're going to use 25 questions, I would recommend no less than 100. I'm sure the math department would have a field day figuring out the calculations to make the randomization work correctly. You can't do randomization if you've got 10 questions and you're giving an 8-question quiz. Please have enough content to make that work effectively. Also, let's come back to the right-hand side of the page, and let's choose Add again, and we're going to choose a random question from our drop-down choice. Now, this is again an opportunity to select the category you wish to use. As I said, there must be enough content in that category to randomize. And now we have a number of random questions and we have a drop down. In this case, in our example, we don't have a lot of questions, but you can put from 1, 5, 10, 20, 30, as many as you want, or you can random questions, you can build them from a new category, and this is an opportunity to move things around within your question bank. Randomization is something you need to have a large bank of questions. I know, for example, one challenge exam uses 25 questions and they have 800 to choose from. This prevents the users from getting duplicate questions. We have set up our quiz. We have moved some questions around. I'm now going to go back to the front page. I am now going to go to the actual quiz itself and give it a click. And I'm going to come to the administration and I'm going to choose preview. Notice that administration block changes because you're in that specific quiz area. And since we are almost out of time, we are going to work with previewing your quiz and checking for errors when we come back in our next video. If you need help between now and then, come by Library 315 Monday through Friday 8 to 5, or give us a call and we'll try and set up an appointment and come and see you. Thank you.